Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I had a request from one of my friends to film a video talking about my Holy Grail beauty and makeup products. So of course I said yes, and I'm going to be talking about that today. So I'm going to split this video up into 3 sections: eyes, lips and face. I'll put a little thing in saying the timestamps you can skip to if you're interested in just one of the things, or whatever, you can do as you want. So without further ado, let's get right on into the video. So the first product I apply to my face is primer, and if you watch a lot of my videos you'll know that I always use the same primer. I have tried a few primers, I probably should try a few more out there, but out of all the ones that I've tried, this is my favourite. It's just the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. It's really cheap, and yeah, Nikki Tutorials was the one who introduced me to this because it has glycerin in it, so it just helps the product stick and it just keeps my makeup on all day. So next up is my foundation, and I always use the same foundation. Again, I should probably really try some more, but I just love this foundation so much. It is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. Again, I use this in almost every single one of my videos, so I'm sure if you watch them you'll know that. I just love this foundation so much because it's so matte, you don't really need to set it with a powder, which I find really annoying and time consuming to set my foundation with a powder every time I do my makeup. So that is a big bonus with this. Also, it's really full coverage, so it covers my freckles up super well. And also, there's not many drugstore foundations that sell super pale colours, so this is perfect for me, and that's why I love it. So for my contour and bronzer and things like that, I really do love the Anastasia Beverly Hills Light Contour Kit because it really is for light people, like because the colours in it work so well on light skin tones. Even though they can look quite intimidating in the pan, they show up a lot less harsh on my face, and it just works really well with my skin tone. I particularly like Fawn for contouring, and I use Havana for my bronzer as well, so it's just sort of got everything that I really need in this one thing. Also, I just have to mention the brush that I use for applying my bronzer because I really can't think of anything else that I would use other than this one. I can't even remember what I used to use, but it is the MAC 135 bronzer brush. It is so large and fluffy, it just covers all the face like really quickly. And to apply my foundation I have to use my beauty blender. I also use this for my concealer. It is just, I can't think of anything else that blends out your foundation as well as a beauty blender can. Sometimes, you know, you have to use a little bit more product, but if it means getting the better finish, then I'm all about that. Also, while we're talking about skincare, I just thought that I would mention my moisturiser that I always use. I only use the Simple Kind Skin Light Moisturiser because it's just what I've always used, and it does the job really well. It doesn't clog up my pores and make me get spots and things like that, and it's not too heavy, too thick on the skin. It just is a really nice little moisturiser. So next up is blush, and again, I need to broaden my horizons when it comes to blush because I always go with the most boring colours because I don't want it to look like a clown with bright pink spots on my face. So I just take Prism by MAC. It's just my favourite blush because it's just so brown tone. It's not very pink, it doesn't stand out a lot on your face, it just helps to warm up the skin. So onto highlighter, which is the last thing I'm going to be talking about for the face. I have 2 for this because sometimes I like to go with more intense highlight, sometimes I like to go with a more subtle, more natural look. So for my more intense highlight, I absolutely love this highlight. It's the Sleek Makeup Solstice Highlighting Kit. Comes with 4 colours, so 2 of these colours are more natural, 1 is a cream and 1's a purple one. I use that for when I'm doing more avant-garde makeup, and the other few I use almost every day. I really love this highlighter because nothing else is as cheap and as intense. It is from the drugstore, and I think it's only about £10 over here in the UK. And my Holy Grail highlighter for if I'm going for a more natural look. This is lovely for if you're on holiday and you don't really want to wear much makeup. I just spritz a bit of Fix Plus on my face and go over it with this highlighter. And this is the Mary Luminizer highlighter by The Balm. As you can see, it's a lot less shimmery and more sort of glowy looking. So if you're into that more sort of natural but still quite intense glow, this will be a better highlighter for you. So like I was saying about the Fix Plus, I always go over my highlighter with Fix Plus. This just helps to make it look a lot more natural, like it's coming from within your skin rather than sitting on top of it like a layer. And I always apply my highlighter with my Morphe M501 because it's just precise enough to get it in the right area that you want it, but it's not too precise that it just makes it look like you have a straight up line on your face. So next I move on to my eyes, and again we're starting off with a primer. I always use my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. As you can see, I love this a lot because I've used almost all of the whole pot now. I've been using this for about a year or so, and it is just the best primer. It keeps your eyeshadow on all day, prevents it from creasing. Yeah, I just really love it because it also helps to get rid of any veins and discoloration that you might have on your eyelids. And I apply this using my Eco Tools little concealer brush because my nails are too long to fit in the actual pot. So onto eyeshadow. There's so many eyeshadows that I like. I use so many different brands and so many different palettes, but I decided just to narrow it down to these two right here. In terms of palettes, I'm going to go with Modern Renaissance as my holy grail because I've been using it non-stop ever since I got it last year. Colours are so beautiful and the pigmentation is just amazing. It's honestly the best pigment eyeshadow I've had out of any single brand, any formulation. It's just the best. And also there's a really pretty selection of colours. You have your burgundies, your more neutral shades, and a few pretty little shimmers. So yeah, it's really versatile. You can create a lot of different looks with it. And I would say if you had to take anything away from this video, and if I had to tell you to buy any one thing, I would say definitely get this palette because it is worth all the money. Although it is £41, it's quite pricey, but I would say it's definitely worth the money. So for single eyeshadows, these are all of my eyeshadow singles. I do have a couple more that didn't fit in here, but they shall have to stay where they are. I have all these top ones which are Makeup Geek, and then all these bottoms which are Anastasia Beverly Hills because I really love the formulation of those. Makeup Geek, again, they're very pigmented and very pretty colours. They have a lot more colour range, I would say, than Anastasia do. They have more adventurous colours if you're into that sort of like blues, pinks, stuff like that. And again, Makeup Geek are a lot cheaper, although they're not as pigmented as the Anastasia shadows, which I've been really loving. And I would say, again, if you like to wear a lot of makeup and you're into that, definitely try some of these singles out. So if I had to pick my holy grail colours from this palette, I would say from Makeup Geek, Latte is a really beautiful colour for the transition. I used to use that all the time. As you can see, I've hit pan. I really used to love that shade. Also, Cocoa Bear is a really pretty colour, and Mocha is a nice deep brown. I do love Bitten as well, which is a burgundy one right here. But yeah, if I had to pick my favourites from the Anastasia ones, I would say Sienna is a really nice dupe for Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear. Fudge I only just got, but that's a really rich pigmented brown. And also Noir is a really nice dark black, like it's a really true black. And also I'm wearing the Anastasia shadows on my eyes today, so that is what they look like if you're interested. And also for the eyes, not so much a product as is a tool, and this is my Vera Mona colour switch, and I just bought the refill from eBay and popped it in a little chocolate tin. It just fit very well, and also the refills are a lot cheaper. I think they're £10 cheaper than buying the one in the case, so don't get ripped off and buy the one in the little metal tin. I'm sure you can find something to keep it in at home. I just really love this for changing my eyeshadow colours. If I ever need to just switch up a colour really quickly or clean a brush when I don't have the time to wash it and everything like that, this is so good for that, and I really would recommend this to anyone. So this isn't really eyes because it's eyebrows, but I didn't know what other category it could really go in. So this is my Sleek Gel Brow Kit in the colour Dark. I don't really need to do much with my brows, they're quite full as they are, but I have quite a few friends who use this who have more sparse brows, and it seems to work really well on them. I love it because it's really cheap and it just looks really nice. So onto my holy grail eyelashes. House of Lashes are by far my favourite brand of eyelashes out there. I just love them so much. I have so many different pairs of eyelashes, and I really do love a lot of different brands, but if I had to pick one to just stick with like for the rest of my life, it would be House of Lashes. I just find that they are the most comfortable brand of lashes. I think they have a cotton band, so that's a lot more comfortable on my eye than like a plastic one. I have two styles right here that I really love. and these are the Iconics, which are more of a spiky style. And then the other one that I have is the Boudoir, which looks quite similar to the Iconic, but this is a lot shorter, a lot more natural, less spiky. It's more sort of fluffy and round. And again, these are really pretty and they're also quite affordable, which is why I love them, because I think they're around £7 to £15 depending on which style you decide to buy. Also from House of Lashes, I absolutely love their glue. I refuse to use any other glue, especially Duo, because it just peels off because it has latex in it, and this is latex free. It does not peel off, it stays on all day, although it does get stuck in your eyelashes because it is that strong. That is the one downfall to it, but I have purchased all of the different types of glue that they sell and I will continue to repurchase it every single time. However, it is always out of stock. I find that the white one is the best formula though. They do differ slightly. Black one I find to be least sticky, and also you can't really tell when it's going dry. And the Tinkerbell one takes a lot longer to become tacky, but works just the same as the white one. For mascara, I'm not really too fussed over. I will use sort of anything because I just go in with false eyelashes anyway, but my favourite for my bottom lashes because of the wand is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. I don't know if you can see that, but the wand is really skinny and really gets in those lashes really quite well. Last up for the eyes is my Artist of Makeup Extreme Art Liner Pen. Out of all the eyeliners I've tried, this one just has the absolute best brush. It's really skinny. You can get really nice skinny lines and it's super black. I find that with a lot of eyeliners they can be too dry and they tug on your eyelid and leave those little skips of where the eyeliner hasn't gone on properly, but this one doesn't do that. It's nice and liquidy, so it just glides on really easily and allows you to create a really fine wing. So onto lips. I'm first just going to talk about lip care because it's very important to keep your lips hydrated as well as looking nice with nice colours on. You don't want crusty lips when you're wearing a liquid lipstick or anything like that because that's not cute. So I always just use Vaseline. I've tried many different types of lip balm, but out of all the ones I've tried, Vaseline just works the best. I like the cocoa butter one just because it smells very nice. On to lip liners. I really do love my nudes, so I have 3 different nude lip liners. One is more brownie, one is more pink, and one is just a nice nude on its own. So the brownie one I have is Strip Down by MAC. This is really good if you want to layer a gloss over top and it just looks really pretty. For the pink one, this is Subculture by MAC. I've repurchased this once already because I ran out, and it's just a really good nude that goes with almost any single lipstick. The best formula of lip liner that I found is by NYX, and this is their liner in nude. This is a retractable one as well, so it's really easy to use. You don't have to sharpen it or anything like that, and this is my absolute favourite if I had to pick one of the 3. So for gloss, I just picked one. This is the Makeup Artist Plexi Gloss by Makeup Forever, and this is in the colour 100p. I really like this. It's just a nice nude. It has little specks of shimmer in it, so it looks really sort of glass-like on your lips. I also have some lip cream options. These are the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I have the colour London and Abu Dhabi. These are both nice nudes. London is sort of a lighter one, which is good for fairer people like myself, and I have Abu Dhabi, which is sort of a more browny nude. For liquid lipsticks, again I have so many. It was so hard to choose my holy grail, but I would have to say it's Beeper. It's just a really nice cross between brown, nude and pink. It's just the perfect colour. I love it so much. Colourpop liquid lipstick formula is my favourite because it stays on so long. Some people can find it quite drying, but I really love that because it keeps it on the longest and it doesn't come off when you're eating greasy foods and things like that. My final item I'm going to talk about today is Blankety Lipstick by MAC. This is the perfect nude. It's not so light that it washes you out and makes your teeth look yellow, anything like that. It's just a really nice sort of pinky nude. This is the amplified formula, so it's sort of satin, kind of glossy, and it just looks really nice on fair skin tones. And I feel like this could also look quite nice on dark skin tones because again it's not so light that it washes you out and things like that. Mine got attacked by the sun and it burnt a hole in it and I'm very disappointed about that. So those are my Holy Grail makeup products. I could go on all day about how I love so many different products, and I had to narrow it down to these, which was really difficult. But I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, because that really helps my channel out. And also subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to know what your Holy Grail products are, so feel free to leave a comment letting me know those, and I will try my best to get back to you. So that is all from me this week. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. So I think that next week I'm going to be filming a video all about eyelashes, how to apply them, how to take them off, take care of them, everything about that. So if you'd like to see that, make sure to stay tuned. And so yeah, that's it from me, and I will hopefully see you next week. Bye. This week, I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm going to be talking, I don't like that at all. That will be that. And I left the first product upstairs. Well done me. Really exhausted from going upstairs. For light people like me. So yeah, that is why I love. I keep saying the same thing. As intense as this highlighter, so. But what is this colour called? What am I talking about? That's not glue, that's a eyelash. A eyelash? And mascara. So leave those in the description. So feel free to let me. I'm gonna be filming about. I can't get this freaking. I just stabbed myself with my nail. Can't get this outro right.